That's a weird face. Why are you making me laugh? I can't look at you.
Hey Warriors, welcome back. Mid-century modern chest we're going to be working on as our next project. You can probably see over there we have the matching dresser. We'll get to that later. We're going to do them separately, but we're going to start with this one. We're thinking of trying kind of a new wild design on the front, so you want to stick around for that. We're going to try some stain design, so we'll see if it works. We're always into trying something new, but these things are really nice shape, so I think it's just sanding and stuff. I don't think we're going to have to do a whole lot of paint. We're thinking maybe painting these bars black and maybe the sides, but we're going to try to use as much of the wood as we can. So stick around so you can see our new stain design. Welcome to our channel. I'm Jim, and this is my wife Cindy. We find old, outdated, used, and sometimes abused furniture like this and turn it into this. Join us on our journey of furniture makeovers. So as always, we're going to start with the cleaning, but I got a couple of thank yous I have to give out here. First of all, to AJC for buying us a cup of coffee, and we appreciate that. And Crystal and Rob, they bought us 5 cups of coffee, and we certainly appreciate that too. We're going to put that to good use. You guys are flipping awesome.
This is why you vacuum your drawer out. And I know you guys couldn't see that, but your vacuum's gonna get a lot of that. And then even though I already vacuumed this, that's why you wash it, because there's still tiny little dust particles that are in there. And you want your piece clean, clean, clean when you let this go. So, but that's why. Okay, now I call these goobies. And the farther away I am from goobies, the better off I am. So I put my long stick on the vacuum cleaner, and we're gonna get rid of them. Okay, this is the bottom drawer, the bottom of the drawer, and there's goobies on this too. So we're going to vacuum all of the bottom of the drawers and also wash those, make sure all that dust is off there. Okay, so now I'm gonna start the scrubbing. I've got a bucket with some awesome cleaner in here with some water. I gotta change this water, it's disgusting. And move on to drawers. Cabinet is all washed. We're gonna let that dry. Well, I have to rinse it, but there's your water from the cabinet. I'm not dare gonna even try to use this water to do the drawers. We're gonna change the water. We're gonna rinse this, change the water, and move on to drawers. Okay, so we're gonna see what kind of wood we have under these drawers. On here I got a 120. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just kind of put some tape where we need to fill with Bondo. That whole section, you get that right. Jim's trick.
Okay guys, so we're taking a quick trip down to the craft store. We realized that we do not have the stain that we want to use on this piece. So we're gonna run down there and pick some of that stain up while they're still open. And then we'll have the stain when we're ready for it. Ooh. Yeah. How you doing?
Hi, how are you? Good.
It does. Again, you want to, because this generates heat as it cures.
So we're looking at our water-based stains. Want something with a little red under hue to it, and we've used the hickory before and it's not bad. But we're kind of liking this Sedona right here. Now the top is on pine and the bottom's on oak. Right there. We think a pine should be enough. So you would think that being the guy, I'd be the one that wants to look around at all the toys. And here I'm following, I'm following Cindy around the store. She's the one that wants to look around at everything. So we started marking with our tape where we thought we'd need some repairs and some filler. And this side is, you know, you may not see it on camera, but this thing is really bad. So we're going to take a little bit different approach to this. We're going to pull the tape off, and I'm going to basically skim coat this with the Dixie Belle mud. To fill in all these bumps. And then probably what we'll do is after we put the first coat of paint on, we'll take another look at it and then refill anywhere where we might need to. Got that?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you can start to see where it all is once I start doing this.
Some of those are deep, like through the laminate deep.
Yeah. So, and we may have to do a second coat on this too. We'll just have to see where we end up. Because I can already see where it's pulling back out of some of the... I just think it's kind of silly to try to mix up this much Bondo to do this. The Dixie Belle mud is all dried up, so we're going to go over it real quick with our orbital with a 120 just real lightly, and then we'll see what we got underneath there. We may have to do second coats, but that should have filled most of it in.
You don't want to do a freeze one?
No. So, make sure you got a mask. Do you guys see what I just did? I tried to blow the dust off. It doesn't work with a mask. We just blow the rest of this off. Okay, so yeah, actually it's pretty smooth. I think we'll go ahead and do our first coat of paint, and then we'll take a look and see if we got anything that we missed. We'll be able to tell if there's any big divots or anything, and then we can just touch up before our second coat of paint. So we got one little spot down at the bottom of the base that has a chunk taken out of it. So because it's on the base, and may get a little stress on it, I want to fill that with Bondo. So just going to mix up a little bit of Bondo. It's not a very big spot, so that's probably even enough. Well, that's not good. There you go.
This doesn't have a little ball in it?
Yeah, it does.
There it is.
So here's our little spot that we want to fill. There we go. Okay, so we let the Bondo dry up. We're going to sand this off, and then this side's ready to go. Then we can work on the other side. Okay, so we already flipped the dresser over and put some Bondo on this side and some of the bad areas. We don't really need to skim coat this whole thing. So we're going to sand it down, get it ready, and as always, make sure you're wearing your mask when you're sanding. Okay, so I think the last thing we need to do for sanding is just get these bars in front, just give them a quick scuff sand. Because of our design, I want to take this bar and make a lot of it down to the wood. You'll see when we do the design why I want to take the center of this bar, a section of it, and take it down to wood. It'll make more sense as soon as we get to that part. So some parts of what we're doing are going to be stained. One of those parts is actually the base. So I just flip the whole thing upside down, make it easy on myself. So we can start with the base and then we'll flip that back over. So this is the Sedona from General Finishes, water-based stain. So let's take a look and we'll find out if we made the right color choice on this. And Cindy actually sanded down the bottom of this, so I'm going to go ahead and stain it so it looks good. It's not that it'll ever really be seen except when the customer comes and puts it in their car, so it'd be kind of nice to have that really good finished look to it. So I like brushing and then rubbing with a cloth to do our stain. And we can touch that up a little bit later. Yeah, I like this stain. This is going to look good. I think it's going to look awesome. And while we're at it, I'm also going to take care of this bottom lip. We're going to mark off our design. So we want the tape to be on the inside, on the light side. So we go right down to the edge there, and we follow the grain. Up so you don't.
Yeah, so I don't splash it or. Are you new?
Are you new? Okay, better?
Okay.
I would paint it in this groove and not on the top.
Well,
yeah, you can tape across it if you want. If you feel better, tape it, tape it.
It's me.
It's fine. I'm new.
I said, are you new?
I'm new.
So we're using the Rethunk Junk paint, and so we're gonna put the prep on. But I put it in the spray bottle because it's a lot easier. We decided we really want a smooth finish, so I'm just gonna do this top right here, cut this in. and then we're gonna roll it.
Okay, it's hardware spraying time. We are using the Krylon Metallic Copper. Okay, so we're going to put some poly on here, but I want to explain to you guys how we're doing this and why we're doing it this way. We used a water-based stain for this. This is Dixie Belle satin poly with top coat. If I take the sponge or brush and I go all the way across this, I'm going to pick up some of this water-based stain. I already know that's going to happen. So if I do that, I'll start picking up some water-based stain. I'm going to drag it across the natural or white part of my wood. Obviously, we don't want that to happen. We're going to end up with streaks. So I'm going to use a sponge, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to seal just the brown. I knew this was going to be an issue. Okay, I can always sand a little bit later, but by doing it this way, no, I don't have enough on there. By doing it this way, and sealing in the brown, just like this, when I go across with another coat, I won't be picking up any more of the brown stain because it's all already sealed. So I'm just going to do all of the areas where we use the brown stain, and then I may even have to do 2 coats like that. We'll see. But that way I won't be dragging the brown stain across the white. And we can always give it a light sand. And I am going just a tad over. See right there, you can see. And I'm not going to worry about the edges so much right now, because when I come back, the first thing I'm going to do is go over the face of these 2. Then when I do the edges, if I pick up some brown stain, it won't make a difference because these will already be done. You'll see what I mean when we get to that. So now that the brown is all covered, I'll go ahead and I'll do the rest of these drawers over here. And then we'll start with some fresh poly when we go to the next coat. And then I'm also going to do these 2 little sections right here. Same way. I'm going to get the brown section done, so I won't be dragging the brown around on the next coat. We got enough in here. I can add some if I need to. Okay, let's go ahead and get our second coat on. I cleaned off our sponge. Well, I am super excited. It's finally time to put this together. See how it all looks. Again, we painted our hardware with the copper metallic from Krylon. We want to thank Emily, who actually sent that to us off of our Amazon wish list. She saw it on there and sent it to us, and we've been patiently waiting for the right project to use it on. We just felt that this was the one that would work. This is kind of an unusual, I don't know if you saw this when we put the hardware on, but this one is kind of a odd setup. The bottom screw on this actually goes, it's actually outside the cabinet. Okay, we're all set. Let's go take a look. First, we'll show you what it is we started with. And there we go. So we hope you guys enjoyed this. We feel that we kind of used the stain to make our design. We think it's a little unique. Like to know what you think, just let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your comments. You guys are awesome with that. And we'll be coming out with another video soon. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can get notified of our next video. And of course, as always, have a flippin' awesome day.